Just a laugh here. I've got the main man, B-Man John here. B-Man John. Everyone's been asking what B-Man John's been up to. Let's have a look. B-Man John. I haven't seen you for ages on the camera. What are you doing today? You're here looking at your bees, aren't you, obviously?
Yeah, today I'm going to be doing a demerara split to stop the bees swarming.
What's that mean?
So the natural instinct is when the brood box, one of these things, gets a bit full of brood.
Right.
The natural instinct is the queen runs out of space. They'll start raising new queen cells, and that's the existing queen's basic cue to fly off. At which point she'll take about half the bees with her. Right. Which is really bad for honey production.
Yeah.
So what you do is you basically get one of a box like this, full of foundation. Yeah. Foundation. And we basically take the queen and one frame of brood, put her in the bottom, put this at the bottom. Right. Put 2 supers in between. And then put the existing brood box with all the brood on right at the top.
So you're just splitting it all off then, really?
It makes them think that they've swarmed already. Okay. So it suppresses that instinct for them to go leave the hive and take half the bees with you, which is really, really bad for them.
Yeah, that's not going to be good for your
So that's the theory anyway. Right. That is the theory.
So no stings today then, John?
I've not touched a bit of wood. Yeah. I've only been stung once this year, and that was my own fault. Okay. So let's
have a look at these. Oh, you've strapped them down. So these are ones you've reused, are they?
Yeah, these are supers, so you reuse these.
Have a close up then. So
you can see that had a bit of damage.
You can see the comb in it, and they'll rebuild that damage area, will they?
They'll fix that.
Right.
These are like fresh.
And these you buy these, don't you?
Well, I buy it. I make.
You buy them. You made a frame, but you buy the bit in the middle.
Yeah, the foundation. You buy that, just slide it in.
Right.
And what I'm going to do with, like I say, that'll then basically, while they're building that, drawing that out, the queen panics to a certain degree. Like, where's all the rest of the brood gone? Right. It sends the queen to like a hyper mode. So you end up, in theory, with double the amount of bees that you normally have. Okay. Which is good for honey production. That's the theory.
Right, let's hope it works. You get on down, I'll be down in a sec, alright?
I'll see you in a
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, crikey. Look at them all. Flipping heck, John. They're really out on a mission today.
That is what you want, mate.
Wow, look at that. They aren't hanging around, are they? Crikey, I'm a bit worried I'm going to get stung here. Look at that. I think you can even see the sort of pollen on them as they come in.
Don't forget it's nectar as well, this
Yeah, wow. And if we just go over, pan over to the other hive as well, look. Look at that, same there. Look at that, beauty. So they're all going in.
Certainly are, making an effort, aren't they?
It's like they're all going in and out, look at them, bombing.
The ladies are busy.
Wow, cool. Oh mate, you're gonna be so rich in honey. honey, 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 honey.
There's a bit
what's this left out then?
A bit of I had to cut off. It was basically they were growing it down the side of one of the boxes.
Right. Oh, what, in the wrong place?
Yeah.
What's the cap then?
That's just some brood.
So there would be little grubs in there at some point.
A little bit. I didn't like taking it out, but couldn't leave it in there because I couldn't inspect it properly.
Right.
So if you let the queen.
I mean, it's amazing you think they make that. That's actually not from a frame. That's just made. Yeah. Look at how they get so uniform as well.
Yeah, so accurate. It was
clever, isn't it? Nature's amazing.
This wasn't even with foundation, like I said. This was on the side of the box.
Wow.
Because they were running out of space.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, John. I'm going to let you go on in there and do your thing, and I'm going to stand out here and I'm going to run away if it gets really bad.
Let me get my gloves on.
I got plenty of other jobs to do, so we better be careful the cattle don't knock that over. So I'm only going to stop for a couple of minutes, just see you go in. You got your smoker. That's to sort of make them quiet, isn't it?
Yeah, the smoker.
What is it you put in there? Bits of cardboard boxes.
Bit of compressed cardboard.
So they are your free range egg box, perfect for. That's best recycling you can do, isn't it?
Well, you don't want to be using plastic or anything.
No, that wouldn't be good.
Yeah, it might make your honey taste a bit.
Yeah. Oi, you lot.
Well, just a bit of smoke, bit of cardboard, with a bit of grass pressed on top. Yeah. Does the trick.
Right.
And yeah, I'm just not wanting to get. It can get a bit testy at this time of year. Right.
Here we go. Right, burn baby bird. Here we you go. Smoky baby.
So let's have a quick look in there.
So you're going to take that lid off, then, are you?
Yeah,
I'm just.
take the forward
Oh, that's the one you're going to put these frames on, is it?
Yeah, some of them. So what I'm going to do is
Right.
there's a queen.
How are you going to find the queen then? She's dotted. She's coloured, isn't she?
Yeah, she's got a green dot on this year.
Right.
It's a new queen I bought from Black Mountain Honey. Bit of product placement. There for
Okay.
Lawrence, free one there.
Ah,
Lawrence Edwards. Black
how much
Mountain
does a Black Mountain Honey Queen Bee cost?
£35.
Is that how much it costs for a
Yeah,
queen
you've got
bee?
to think about it. It's an
Yeah, of course.
investment because if you get like
Yeah.
£50 of honey,
Yeah.
that's a hell of a
Yeah.
increase on like your return.
Wow.
But yeah, but I put her in last week. She took straight away. So I'm
Right.
going to do today. I'm going to find her and just clip her wings.
Is that right? Are those wing clippers for bees?
Well, they're actually
For the queen?
embroidery stuff. I think.
Are they?
They do the
How on
trick.
earth what is that to stop her flying away?
Yeah, so she can't swarm.
Well, you spent 35 quid on it. You don't want to buzz it off,
Exactly. You don't
do
want to run it off.
Wow,
So
that's
she
quite an intricate job, isn't it? I mean, I'd be
Well, you put
ham-fisted.
her in this thing here.
Yeah.
So you get her in. You encourage her
Right.
into there. Shut the. Sorry, get it like that.
Yeah.
So you pull that all the way down.
Right.
And you encourage her in.
Okay.
You shut the lid.
Right, and she's trapped in a little cage.
Yeah. Then you basically lift it up like that. Push
Right.
her up so you can get through to
You're
her.
joking.
And then you just basically flick a wing out and just.
Oh my God! What if you mess it up and cut it all off?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, you don't do. I had one once, and I took it. I've been messing with the hives, and my fingers were full of honey. I
Right.
grabbed the queen to basically think. I went to release her and just pulled her apart.
Oh!
My fingers were sticky.
Oh no!
I could have kicked myself.
I mean, it's a real.
But you learn these things as you go.
I
along.
had no idea you had to do that stuff, sort of thing. Crikey, I didn't even know what that was.
Well, I didn't until I realised I needed one.
Wow, amazing! I'm learning. This is what I like about this.
Yeah.
I'm learning from
Every
you.
day is a school.
Yeah, and you got your old toothbrush here.
Oh yeah, I got the brush. Yeah, just in case. Richard's toothbrush.
Yeah, brilliant.
Just for a bit of action.
Right. I'm gonna wait till you've taken the lid off, and then I'll get a bit closer. John's just doing that. I'm staying away from the bees a little bit while he takes the top off. I'm going to go back in a minute. Don't know how long it takes to find a queen. Right, just look at this 509. Look, she's bagged up. And when we say bagged up, I mean her udder, look, is starting to fill. Now, I think she's probably due. She might even be overdue. 509, look. See that tight udder on her? And she's got a classic bulge underneath, a sort of milk vein underneath. Can you see that? So she's going to calve soon, I'm sure of it. And she's a young heifer, first calf. So we've got to keep an eye on her because first calf's not quite so easy. She's getting a bit slack at the back as well on the doo-doo, as we call it. Technical term there, that doo-doo, we know what that is. She's not showing any signs of going off to calve though, but I don't think she'll be far off. Just make sure we got her to this stage, we make sure everything's all right. And there is another one. These are a mixture out here. These are dry cows, in-calf heifers and bull-in heifers. There's another one there, 506. She's not far off. Now, if you look on the bottom of the back of the udder there's a bit of management which we should have maybe done, is we take off the extra little teats when she was a small calf. And because of that, we haven't done it. And you can see them there they're sort of blind teats on the udders. You wouldn't want to enter in any judging competition. She would get disqualified, well, not disqualified, but marked right down for having those. But we don't tend to bother, actually. We leave them on, but they just look a bit unsightly. Right, so there's another one bagged up over there as well. But we'll go back. I think John's probably got the top off now. Oh, I'm getting buzzed at here.
No, I don't need to do much today. I don't think.
No.
It's too early.
Is it?
Yeah, I think she's fine.
So what are you going to do now? Just check them and leave them?
Well, this one I was going to do a Demerara split, but I think I'll just get the queen in, trim the wing. But
Okay.
apart from that, you can see the draw on the frames upstairs.
Yeah, I can see that.
Space.
So they got plenty of room in the hotel, the bee hotel.
Don't need to do anything, worry about doing anything on this one just yet.
Right.
I thought we did, but we don't.
Okay.
There's a queen.
Oh, you found her, have you? Yeah. Right. Well, I'm going to stand back while you get. Yeah, when you get her out, I'll come in because I'm. Oh look, crikey! You got already, right? I'll just stand back a bit because they're buzzing a bit, and then. All right, John. It's like
there's a queen.
Wow, you got that really quickly. Oh, I can see.
It's easy to see because
the green spot on her.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
So she gets marked.
Wow. So now you've got to do your magic thing of pushing that up.
Just do it gently.
Rather you than me on.
There
Oh
you
my
go.
goodness me, that's incredible.
You catch them just right.
Wow. Just take one wing off, do you, or both?
Do both.
Oh my goodness me, John. I had no idea that this was
That's all you have to do.
a thing.
And
Wow,
then
that's
pop 'em back
incredible. So she won't buzz off now, as it were?
No, if she ever does try to swarm, we'll find her at the front. I'll be able to recapture her
Right.
somewhere else.
God, John, I don't think I could do that with my shaky hands. I'd probably end up... I'd cut my own finger off.
Well, you know what? I told you I've had a few dramas in the past. Like I say, it was the worst feeling ever that time I pulled her apart.
I bet it was.
You know,
There you go.
because it was like totally, you know,
Easy.
trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
You know, just like mark her, and it ended up killing her.
God. Right, well anyway, John, I'm going to leave you to it.
All right, mate.
I'll see you later. All right, mate. Right, we're doing a little bit of a tour round, really. I'm just going to show you something I spotted this morning when I moved the electric fence for the cows. So this is what we call second ground, look. Woo! This is where they're grazing at the moment. They're strip grazing this along. Thankfully now all that wet weather's gone, that they're not messing the pasture up like they were in the previous field. So the grass is looking fairly good out here, except we've got one dodgy bit. Let me just show you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to climb over the electric fence. Limbo. Try not to electrocute myself. Right. So I'm going to show you what happens if you leave the fertiliser spreader running without turning it off and you're stationary. I'll just spin it round. Here we go. There's a classic burn mark. So this is where a load of fertiliser has been dumped on the grass, and it's actually killed the grass. Now you might remember I was out here with a certain CGI Harry doing a bit of fertiliser spreading, and one of us, because Harry obviously doesn't drive, so it's probably me, didn't turn the fertiliser spread off, or didn't turn off when we should have, and this dumped it all on one spot. And there's a strip here, look, let me just get down. You can see the grass is dead, and actually it must have been quite a lot. I don't know whether that's dead grass or fertiliser in amongst it, but that's killed it outright. And I think the white is probably where a big lump of fertiliser's been on the ground. So that's a burn mark from fertiliser. Now that will recover, I'm sure of that. And anyway, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this field now. I've got limbo under here again. Oh God. Ugh. I still got it. I'm not sure whether we're going to actually do something with SFI, Sustainable Farming Initiative, is it? In this field. We're thinking about a herbal lay. Do you know what? The money situation on the farm, any farm, is always a little bit precarious, ups and downs. A single farm payment is probably the biggest change for everyone for a long time, and now money is gradually going. Last year I think was the last proper decent payment, and then it slides to nothing in 2028. But so we've got to try and chase some more funding to try and make up for that loss of income, and SFI, I think herbal lay might be one of the options we can do, but it is a little bit tricky knowing whether that'll fit in with our regime. We're a low input, low output farm, so it might work all right up for our cows, because we're not looking for maximum yield on all the fields, you know. So we might drill this like we did Samson's did along the lay along the road. Was it last year? We're going to have a look at that now anyway. I've got to get along there, check the cattle. I'll show you something else that's not gone quite right. There's a few not quite right things in this video. Right, just walking into the silage clamp. We've sprayed it out now, pressure washed it out with that. Not bad now. I haven't got it totally immaculate because, you know, to be fair, how far do you want to go? But I've got all the sides off. The sides aren't too bad. The problem with this, you see the black bitumen, is to stop the silage effluent eating into the concrete. It seems to have worked. My dad started doing it 40 years ago, bitumen paint every so often, and it just protects the concrete panels. You can see there that it does, after a while, it does start eating into the concrete if you don't protect them. So that's why the black stripes there. He went a bit ambitious really up the top there, and he needs to be, you can see a sort of line about there really. The bottom sort of 2 foot really. Right, so we got some silage, plenty of silage there. Dave's trailer there looking good, be on the 35 soon. So I don't need to mention much more about that. We got a bay and a half of silage, which is just as well, because we're going to go down. I'm going to go and show you what we've had to do with one of our silage fields, because we're actually grazing a field we normally put in for silage. It's gone into grazing, and there's a reason for that, and we'll have a look when we go down there. Right, before we get down there, I just thought I'd show you this whopper Simmental calf, which was born at the beginning of April. No, it might be March actually. We don't normally keep a calf this long, but look at where we're going to see it. Is it behind this mum? It's massive. And this is another cock up. It's not our cock up. And this really annoys me, right? Because this is to do with the British cattle movement. They have cocked up. Look at this size of this thing. Oh, he's hiding now behind there. It's like a massive calf. Come on, out you come. Come on, this is a whopper. Oh, I don't have to get in there with you, do I? Come on. It's a huge thing. So it must be 2 months old now, right? Hell of a calf. Hell of a calf. So the reason why that calf is still here is because we haven't got a passport for it yet, and it's a cock up at the end of the British cattle movement. Is it society? I always get it wrong, whatever. British cattle movement anyway, when BCMs, when you register a calf, they issue with a passport. Well, we were issued with a passport when that was born in March. Unfortunately, my brother put the wrong sex on the passport. It's a male, and he put a female on it. So we had to send it back, and then they'd reissue with a new correct passport. Anyway, unbeknown to us, there's some massive cock up at BCM. And not just us, but loads of people around the country being affected by not getting the passports for the calves they applied for in a certain week. We just happened to hit that week when we sent it back for the passport. I think it was sort of mid-April. Because of their cock up, it must have been earlier than mid-April. It must have been early April we sent it back. Because of their cock up, it's rolled over, it's gone over 40 days, that calf. So we've actually had to pay to have it TB tested, which cost us roughly about 90 quid, because we had to have 2 vet visits and one lot of injections, and the call outs are 40 quid each visit. So it was 80 quid in call out plus the cost of the jab. So it's cost us, I'm guessing, I haven't got the exact figure, about 90 quid to have that tested, because it's over 40 days. To prove that it's free of TB, and now we can move it. But we still can't move it because they still haven't sent us the passport. And I have no end of frustration. It's the cow's with her, we let her out in the day and she comes back on the calf. But that calf is sitting there. There's a certain point where the value of it won't go up. People won't want to pay more than a certain amount for it. I just want it gone. I want it gone now, because we normally sell our calves at about three weeks old. That's getting on 2 months old, must be. Bloody hell, I'm just not happy about it really. We shouldn't have to pay 90 quid for their mistake, should we? And I very much doubt if they'll give us an apology or even a refund on that money. So this whopper calf coming down to Sedgemoor at some point in the next few weeks, hopefully, if the passport turns up. It's a beauty calf. Someone's going to do really nicely out of that. So if you buy a Funky Farmer Simmental, we very rarely sell Simmental. If you buy a Simmental at the farm, which is at the auction, which is a cornet one, you'll know why it's there at that age. It's not because we kept it back because it was sick, it's because we couldn't get a passport. Oh, frustrating. Right, let's go and see these heifers down the field. We're going round. This is it's a proper catch-up video. I needed to do this because lots and lots of little things go on, and normally I don't do video on them, but this is a little bits of snapshots of what's going on. Right, let's crack on. Right, there's plenty of water still on the top of the ground, look, in the lane. Let's go and have a look what our problem is. We're just going to go out here. Now this is a field we normally make hay in. That's the normal field we make silage in. We're going to have a look at both of them. Let's go and have a look. Look at the state where the heifers have been through on here. Okay, so we maybe cocked up a little bit here. When we let the heifers out, we put them out here in this field, which we thought we could keep them in till we moved the silage out in the other field. But then we've had so much rain. Let me just look at the state of this. Look at this. Right, I'm going to walk out here. Still wet and muddy now, and going to walk out here. Look at this. You can hear the squelch. Now, normally in May this would be pretty dry, but look, it's just mud. The ground is still really saturated. And they've been out here for about a week or so, and they basically started to make a mess. And what we decided was, you can see they've got the ground sort of churned up and dirty. What we decided was we couldn't really keep them out here for another couple of weeks. Unfortunately, my brother's going on holiday. Shh. When he really shouldn't. He shouldn't go on holiday in mid-May, but that's not for me to judge, is it? So we can't make silage next week because he's away. And so it's too long for them to be in this field, especially in the state it's in. So we were thinking what to do, but then we walked out into the big mead, which we're going to have a look at in a minute, and we decided actually that the grass is pretty poor out there. There's some real low patches in it, and you might remember, let me just show you what it was like for most of last winter. Now, I think this has gone down. This isn't as bad as it was yesterday, so it was probably out to here yesterday, and it's heading on down. So that was most of last winter. Unfortunately, it was underwater for so long, it's had quite an impact on the grass growth. Not only has it had an impact on the grass growth, but just picking my way over this, it's horrible. I haven't been able to put any muck on it because it was just underwater too long. And then not only was it underwater, but as you can see where I'm walking, look at this, it was too soft. I couldn't get out there with a tractor without making massive ruts. So in the end, the only thing it had was a bit of artificial fertiliser, which we got on pretty late. So even that probably hasn't kicked in time. And being an old permanent pasture anyway, it's not the most productive grass. So we took the decision yesterday to let them out, the heifers out in there. So we've lost this field for silage, but thankfully, because we've got that bay and a half we saw earlier, I think that loss won't matter so much because we've got enough grass. Right, and it looks lovely, doesn't it? And look at this, look, you can just see how wet it is. Look where the ruts are, where we have driven in with something. That's probably me putting the fertiliser on. Look, the water's in the ruts. Now, I'm not going to walk all the way out, but this bit of grass here is actually not too bad. But what I found is, can you see this low section here? Over the far side, so this half of the field didn't really get the flooding, and actually you can see it's fairly green there and quite good. When you go over the far side, I'm too lazy to walk that far. Over that side where all the nutrients washed out, the grass is like that, and in some places the grass is actually sort of taken quite a beating, almost died. So realistically the cattle can have this, and this is going to keep them for ages. But we did cock up, because what we should have done, if we'd kind of looked at it properly, we should have let them in here, because there's more than enough grass for them here for ages. There's only about 32 or something over there. Should have let them in, have this, and we should have just kept that shut over there, that one we've just been into, because we could have got something off it, some hay or something. So that's a cock up on our part. See, I show you the cock-ups on this channel as well as the good things. It's sort of, and then people flipping moan. I had a go at someone the other day who had a right go at me about how I was doing my muck spreading. And I just thought, bloody hell, mate, I could have cut out all the crappy bits that I do, but I just leave them in. And then they criticise, and then I get grumpy. Right, grumpy old man. Right, and while we're here, we'll just look at this ash tree. There is signs of some life on some of the ash. Over here, I'm not sure whether that one's alive or not. I pray to God it is, because it's a lovely big tree. This ash tree here is just coming to life, actually. Can we see that? When you zoom in up there, there is some life on that. Look at that. Look, there is some ash life. That is just coming back. And up further up there, look. And that one's actually out already. I'm quite surprised. That one seems to be further advanced. I think the ash, from my looking around, I think the ash is really late this year. what they say, oak before ash, we shall have a splash. The oak was definitely out quite considerably more than the ash, and I've been looking around the farm because I'm monitoring this ash dieback, as you know, and I thought I'd lost a lot of ash trees, but thankfully I'm seeing a bit of life come back into them now. But that's quite late, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to be doing you know what, I'm doing a little vlog. It's a separate vlog on ash dieback. I can't really tell what survived from last year. I was quite concerned last year because a lot looked pretty dodgy, and I think you will only really see where we're going when the ash tree is actually out in full kind of leaf. At the moment I can't tell what's sort of dead and what's just not come out, but I think it is very late this year. Right, we're going to go back up, head back. I'm going to go and look at that lay that Samson's direct drilled, because it is looking banging and really could almost come off now. That's the thing about any new grass, it does tend to get ahead of the old pasture. Right, let's go. There we go then, look at this. Crikey. Wow. This is nearly up to my doodah. Wow, this is amazing. Look at this. You know, you know what I'm gonna say, don't you? I got a hell of a crop of grass in this field, not the other one. I have. This is phenomenal. It's taken 2 years really. The first year looked good, but it didn't look as good as this. This is, wow. Look at it. Can you see? Look at the height. Look, there's my leg. Look at that. Look. That is, God. That's a phenomenal amount of grass in this field. This is really, really good. Let me just show you what we did. This is us direct, well, not me. This is John Bennett direct drilling seed into a base. Well, there you go, look, he did that. That was about February, and I remember, if you go back and look at the video in the comments, some people were saying that'll never work, and there's always that. Some people know better than me, don't they? Obviously, and it flipping worked, didn't it? The gamble paid off. I'm really pleased, and that saved a lot of ploughing and cultivation. It just direct drilled it into this base that went skinny because of the drought the year before. Phenomenal, saved a lot of money, and looking at the way things are with this, I think that's the future for us if we can do that, because that's a lot better than the cultivation we've done before. Anyway, let's crack on. Hopefully might catch them cultivating the maize field. I think they're due in today. It can be drilled next week, so I'm told. Well, looks like I arrived just in time. The cultivator's at the top. I can just see they've only just really started on this field. Let's zoom up through the glass. I wonder if I'll focus on the glass or the tractor. Let's have a look. Might have to get out. There it is. Don't know who's on that. I'm not sure whether that's Terry or whether that's John or Ed. Look at the silence. If you're near it, you hear it, but when you're this far away, you just silence. Right, we'll have a look when he gets a bit closer. I'm instructed by Harry to get a video for his TikTok. As you know, Harry isn't on YouTube yet. He'll be 13 to be on YouTube. So he's got TikTok, Harry the Legend 10. Do have a look on there, because Harry the Legend 10, his TikToks are quite inventive actually. Fair play to the lad, you know. But he was not around to do this bit, so I've decided I've got to get him. Well, he told me to get him a bit of footage for TikTok. All right. And look how wet it is. Again, it said it's wet. Look at the rain. It's still on the ground there. In May, I've never experienced rainwater still to be on the ground. Look at that. What a season. And it's sticky there. I think he nearly got stuck in it one bit. It's John, I'll have a chat. Come on then. Back to the cows, John. Back to the tractor, John. Come on. Come on, your family wants to see you at work doing something.
Oh dear.
Right, I'll walk around this while you're getting in. Look at this, it's got discs at the front. It's a horse joker, look. Where's the joke? And then the crumbler or whatever at the back. You see how wet it is, look where some of the muck is, and the ground's still wet. It's created a few ruts, that's inevitable with this wet we've had. Right, I'm trying to run on this, it's hard. It's hard when your legs are 56. Corner's a bit sticky there, I remember. I might struggle there a bit. Oh, there's some dust coming off even if the ground is really wet underneath. We'll see him when he comes back down the other side. Right, that endeth my little catch-up composition video of lots of bits and pieces going on at the farm. We've still got plenty of other things coming. We've got the drilling to do. We've got certainly got mowing, and we've got silage making. I've got Dave's funeral. There'll be quite a few videos coming up of me working on that tractor. We've got a bit of painting to do, polishing to do, stuff like that. But anyway, it's turning into a busy time of year. Anyway, you know what I'm going to say? We're all doing it in the farming industry now, aren't we? We're all cracking on. Crack on, everyone, crack on. That's it, girl. You give her a lick. No need for you to make that noise either. Is there? Well done. You found it, Jack, didn't you? You saw it calving first.
Yep.
So, that was the result. Didn't expect, when I showed you that cow earlier in the day, I didn't expect I'll be pulling out at 10:30 at night. The only thing is, the heifer's not a great mum. She's the first calf. She's not really licking it, which is what you want, but I think the calf's going to be fine. She's not really paying a lot of attention, is she? I wish you'd be quiet. Right, I suggest we leave her now. We'll leave the lights on, alright? She's probably a bit exhausted. She doesn't look great. She's got her ears back a bit. The calf's going to be fine, I think. It's not like Clarkson's pigs, they don't normally lie on them. Right, should we leave her? Come on. Let's leave her to it.